again, YouTube. It's been a very long time. I tried to record this video, then the memory card got full and I didn't know, and I was just talking to myself. So we're good now. So today I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna be talking about minimalism. What is minimalism? What does it look like? How do you do it? Is it a thing? Is it a person? I feel like it's not really a trend, but it truly is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that I came into without even knowing or realizing that I was a part of that lifestyle or part of those group of people, minimalist people. So I have a definition from the Minimalist, Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus. This is off their website. This is how they define minimalism. Minimalism is a tool that can assist you in finding freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from worry, overwhelm, guilt, all of that good stuff. Today's problem seems to be the meaning we assign to our stuff. We tend to give too much meaning to our things, often forsaking our health, our relationships, our passions, and personal growth. I really like the way that they define it. It was clear, straight to the point, and it really shed some light on consumerism and, you know, the state of America right now, and how there's so much pressure, not so much pressure, but, you know, I guess this feeling of I need to have things, I need to have the newest things, I need to have the brand name things, I need to have all of these things because that means that I'm important, or I am of worth and value, or like people will look at me differently. I'll hang around with these group of people and I'll be important. That's kind of, I feel like, the idea that a lot of people have. In the end, your worth isn't in your possessions. Your value isn't in your possessions. You have to find that from within. Minimalism, I feel like it really is an internal process as well, as much as it is an external thing. Like, it happens internally and it begins to show externally. So it's not just something, oh, it looks cool, I like it for aesthetic reasons, and I want my life to look like hers, so I'm gonna just wear all black and white every day, and all my decor in my house is gonna be black and white, and that's it. Like, that is so besides the point. That's not what minimalism is. So what is minimalism to me? It's just honestly just being more aware of the things that I buy, the things that I put value on, and the things that I keep. So whether I'm going shopping, it makes me question, like, if I'm looking at something, I'm like, man, I want that. I think to myself, nah, bro, do you need it? Do you have something else at home that could probably do the same thing as this thing? Or are you just buying it because it's just there to buy and you just want it just for the sake of having it and saying that you have it? Oftentimes when I do that, I end up just not getting the thing because it ends up not being something that I actually needed. I feel so much better because not only will I have less things and less clutter, less things to clean up, but I also save money. And Lord knows I am not good with money. It has also made me aware of the value that I put into my things. So I felt like I've always been a minimalist at heart, but I just didn't have a term, or like a term to kind of identify what this feeling was. Going to college and moving in, moving out, moving in, packing, moving in, moving out, it got really overwhelming, and I realized, at that point, I realized how many things I actually had. And it was frustrating. Throughout the years, I've kind of decluttered little by little, and it feels awesome, but I still feel like there's so much work to be done. I've learned so much, so I'm gonna go over like the top 5 things that I've learned. Number 1, take your time. You can't declutter your whole house in one day. It did not take one day to clutter your house in the first place, so it's not gonna take one day to declutter it. Why did you think you could do that? I thought that I could do that, and I couldn't. And I'm still doing it. Like, and I've been doing this since like December, January. You can't do it in one night, okay? So just take your time, be patient. Number 2, if you are beginning to look into like this lifestyle and want to declutter and all of that, great. But I would say start with the smallest things first, like tackle the smallest things first and then move to the bigger things. For example, I started with my mail and then I felt, okay, more accomplished, less overwhelmed, less frustrated. Funny story. So when I was doing my mail, I found a letter. It was a check from 2013. So my advice to you, always open up your mail as soon as you get it. Open up your mail as soon as you get it. If you don't need it, you don't want it, trash it, shred it. If you do need it, take a picture of it and trash it anyway. That's my second tip. Third, don't compare your journey or your process to anyone else's. Minimalism is gonna look different for everyone. I feel like there's no rule book. There's like no cookie cutter way to do this. It doesn't work like that. It depends on you, like what kind of person you are, what your goals are. Like it varies from person to person. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's. You're not doing yourself justice when you do that, because then you become frustrated. And just focus on yourself and really examine the reasons, why you're doing this. Like if you're doing for aesthetic reasons, like just for the beauty of it, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Okay? Lastly, I think this is number 4. Things that you think you need, you probably don't actually need. For example, birthday cards. It's so hard for me to throw away birthday cards. But then I end up having like a huge pile of birthday cards. Of course they're important, and this person bought this card for you, wrote in it, may or may have not wrote in it, may have just given you the card. But that's besides the point. But the person just took out the time and thought of you and gave you a card, so oh my goodness, I don't want to throw it away. No. Throw it away. Well, for me, I just throw it away because that friendship that I have with that person is more important than me keeping that card. I just wanted to simplify my life, and minimalism has honestly allowed me to do that. I thank everyone on YouTube who's making minimalism videos because they have helped me a great deal. So I will do another video on how I close my closet and what that looks like. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you learned something. So check you guys out later.